Hello, this is Storytime with Anna, episode number 3. I'm with my parents in Washington State for the time being, so this is the story of the sausage from Sweden. There was once an old woman who was all alone one evening in her cottage, occupied with her household affairs. While she was waiting for her husband, who was away at work over in the forest, and while she was bustling about, a fine grand lady came in, and so the woman began to curtsy and curtsy, for she had never seen such a grand person before. "I should be so much obliged if you'd lend me your brewing pan," said the lady. "My daughter's going to be married, and I expect guests from all parts." "Oh dear, yes, that she might have," said the woman, although she could not remember whether she had ever seen her before, until she went to fetch the pan. The lady took it and thanked the woman, saying that she would pay her well for the loan of it, and so she went her way. 2 days afterwards, the lady came back with it, and this time she also found the woman alone. "Many thanks for the loan," said the lady, "and now in return you shall have 3 wishes." And with this, the lady left, and ran so quickly that the old woman had not even time to ask her name or where she lived. But that did not matter, she thought, for now she had 3 wishes, and she began to think what she should wish for. She expected her husband back soon, and she thought it would be best to wait till he came home and could have a say in the matter. But the least they could wish for must be a fine big farm, the best in the parish, and a box full of money, and just fancy how happy and comfortable they would be then. They had worked so hard all their days. Ah, yes, then the neighbors would have something to wonder at, for you may guess how they would stare at all the fine things she would have. But since they are now so rich, it was really a shame that there should be nothing but some blue sour milk, and some hard crust of bread in the cupboard for her husband when he came home tired and weary, he who was fond of hot food. She had just been to her neighbor's, and there she had seen a fine big sausage, which they were going to have for supper. "Oh, dearie me! I wish I had that sausage here," sighed the old woman. And the next moment a big sausage lay on the table right before her. She was going to put it in the pan when her husband came in. "Father, father," cried the woman, "it's all over with our troubles and hard work now. I lent my brewing pan to a fine lady, and when she brought it back she promised we should have 3 wishes. Now you must help me to wish for something really good, for you're so clever at hitting upon the right thing. And it's all true, for just look at the sausage, which I got the moment I wished for it." "What do you mean, you silly old woman?" shouted the husband, who became angry. "You've been wishing for such a paltry thing as a sausage, when you might have had anything you liked in the world? I wish the sausage was sticking on to your nose, that you haven't any better sense." All at once the woman gave a cry, for sure enough there was a sausage sticking to her nose, and she began tearing and pulling away at it, but the more she pulled, the firmer it seemed to stick. She was not able to get it off. Oh dear, sobbed the woman. "You don't seem to have any more sense than I, since you can wish me such ill luck. I wanted something nice for you, and then, oh dear." And the old woman went on crying and sobbing. The husband tried, of course, to help his wife to get rid of the sausage. But for all he pulled and tugged away at it, he did not succeed, and he was nearly pulling his wife's head off her body. But they had 1 wish left. What were they now to wish? Yes, what were they to wish? They might, of course, wish for something very fine and grand. What could they do with all the finery in the world, as long as the mistress of the house had a long sausage sticking to her at the end of her nose? She'd never be able to show herself anywhere. "You wish for something," said the woman in the midst of her crying. "No, you wish," said the husband. He must have been crying when he saw the state his wife was in. He saw the terrible sausage hanging down her face. So he thought he would make the best use he could of the last wish, and said, and that's the picture of them trying to pull the sausage off. "I wish my wife was rid of that sausage." The next moment it was gone. They both became so glad they jumped up and danced around the room in great glee. For you must know that although a sausage may be ever so nice when you have it in your mouth, it is quite a different thing to have one sticking to your nose all your life. The end. Have a good night.